Hello, my name is Saloon and today I want to show you 5 different transmog sets for all armor types that require low effort to get. The trading post and in-game shop of course is excluded from this list. The sets I will show you can be obtained at any time easily without any help from others. If you are a returning player, I hope you will find this list helpful, so let's begin. Number 5. From Legion we have the ensembles of the Chosen Dead heroic version. These ensembles drop from the Trial of Valor raid, which can be found in Stormheim. There are 3 different colored ensembles for each armor type based on difficulty. There used to be a 4th one, the mythic version, but that was removed when Legion ended. We want to focus on the heroic version of the ensembles because those are by far the easiest one to get. Go to the Trial of Valor raid and make sure the difficulty is set to heroic or mythic. After you defeat the first boss, you can actually see what each version of the ensemble looks like. When you are ready to continue, talk to Odin and he will send you to the second half of the raid. Once you defeated the last boss, hell yeah, congratulations! You got yourself an ensemble, nice and easy. You can repeat this for the other armor types if you wish. Before I move on, I want to quickly mention how to get the LFR and normal version of the sets, but those will require more effort. The LFR version can drop randomly on any difficulty from any boss in the raid. If you do all difficulties, you have 12 chances in total per character. The normal version requires you to do a quest that you can pick up from Odin after you defeat him. This quest requires you to collect 1000 Volajar soul fragments, which only drop from the Trial of Valor raid bosses once per difficulty per week. For some reason, these sets don't show up in the Appearances tab before you learn them, so I will link in the description a Wowhead command that lists all the sets so you can check them out. Number 4. BFA raid sets. BFA didn't have tier sets, but they had Azerite armor. Thanks to the warband system, these sets can be collected very quickly as they have no class restriction. You can learn the appearance on any character. I completed these sets after 2 or 3 runs on a certain difficulty. At this moment in time, we are in the War Within pre-patch. The mythic difficulty might require you to have a decent gear, but once the War Within launches and we become level 80, you should have no problem at all soloing these. Number 3. Shadowlands rune carving sets. In Shadowlands, crafters could make these armor tokens that you could turn into legendaries. We don't need to bother with the legendary part to learn the appearance, we just need to buy these tokens from the auction house. Select an armor type and click the rune carving option, so it only shows us these tokens. Then filter them to show the 190 item level ones on top, as those will be usually the cheapest. These sets actually count as the mythic version of the Sanctum of Domination raid from Shadowlands, so if you type into the search in sets Sanctum, you should find what these look like before buying. For some reason you will miss one piece from the leather version of this set because it has a cloak included that you can only get from the raid, unfortunately. You can still transmog the individual pieces at least. The price of these will depend on your server and region, but usually the whole set costs from 20 to 40k gold. If this is too much for you, you can either ask a friend or you can potentially craft these yourself, but it requires a lot of effort. To learn the appearances, make sure to equip them first. Number 2. Raging Tempest sets. Dragonflight introduced a set of armor for each type when it launched, called the Raging Tempest. You can buy the pieces for this set from Mithressa in Voldraken. These cost elemental overflows. This currency is very easy to farm and you will get a lot very quickly. One way is to check if there are any elemental storms active in any Dragonflight zones. You will see this by opening your map And if you see an icon that looks like an element, it will show you a timer how long it will be active. Head there and just start killing things. Rare mobs will drop more currency, but any mob should do. The other way is by going to the Forbidden Reach. If you haven't been there before, in Valdrakken, go to the Seat of Aspects and start running towards Alexstrasza in a straight line. Eventually you should see an NPC called Kurozidaya, who should give you a quest called Hidden Legacies. If you have done this before, feel free to skip the intro quests. She will take you to the Forbidden Reach, where you should follow the quest line as it rewards a lot of elemental overflow, but literally any mob on the island will drop the overflow, especially if you manage to kill any rare mobs on the way. You can also complete daily quests because those award a nice amount too. Elemental overflow is a warband transferable, so feel free to take your strongest character. You will need 3150 for a full gear set. There are other color variants of the Raging Tempest set, but we want to focus on the blue Primal Storms version, as the others will be more difficult to get after Dragonflight ends, or just simply require a lot more effort. Number 1. Gan Noble Suit. This cosmetic set was introduced in Dragonflight as a quest reward for the reclamation of Gilnean's story. You can apply this set or its individual pieces to any armor type. You can do this quest regardless of the faction as well. Both factions can pick this up in Valdrakken from an NPC next to either Stormwind or Orgrimmar portal. You can also pick it up in Stormwind next to the auction house or in Orgrimmar as you come out of the portal room. After that, you just go and simply follow the quest line. While you're there, you can also try to fish up Godfrey's old spectacles, but this might take some time. I got mine within 10 minutes of fishing. I had Dragonflight fishing but with just 1 point in it and no fishing rod. Faction does not matter, you can get it on both. And there you have it. 5 different Transmog sets for each armor type. If you're interested in getting more Transmog sets, make sure to check out my previous video, where I explain how to get Dragonflight Season 4 LFR tier sets easily before the Dragonflight expansion ends. I hope you found this video useful. Give it a like and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.